The type of leadership that we're calling for and the type of leadership we want to promote goes beyond individual heroic leadership. It is more of a community-based leadership where they're not only good leaders but good followers. And to illustrate this point, I'd like to tell you a story. It is a story about a king many years ago in another country. And this king wanted to promote his kingdom and himself, so he asked for a triumphal ark to be built in the kingdom. And lo and behold, it was built, and one day the king was passing beneath it, but unfortunately his crown was knocked off. The ark was too low. The king was very upset, and he demanded to have the architect be brought before him. And he said to the architect, or the master builder, as they called him then, why did he build the ark so low? And the architect said, wait a minute, I designed it properly. It's not my fault. It's the builders. They're the ones who built it too low. Why don't you talk to them? It's not my fault. So the king said, very well, I will talk to the builders. Bring them in. So the builders came in to talk to the king, and they protested. They said, wait a minute. I just built it to the specifications. As a matter of fact, we all did. It's not our fault. The bricks were too large. That's what happened. So the king, totally frustrated by now, he decided to go ahead and bring in the people who manufactured the bricks. And the brick manufacturer came in and he said, no, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. The clay in the bricks was not appropriate. And that's not the fault of the brickmaker. So the king, now totally out of his mind, with worry, concern, frustration, he decided to consult the wisest man in the land. So this old man was brought forth to the king, and the old man said, it is my belief, that no one is really to blame. What's really to blame is the ark itself. So the king, opening up his eyes, realized that the wise man was right. It wasn't the architect, it wasn't the bricklayer, it wasn't the manufacturer of the bricks. No, it was the arch itself. So the king ordered, hang the arch. Now everyone looked around and said, how can we hang an arch? Well, but the king mandated. So they went ahead and tried to hang the arch. Unfortunately, it was way too big. It wouldn't fit in the noose. So what do we do? And then someone came up with a bright idea. In reality, the culprit was the lower part of the arch. Let's hang that. Great. So they went ahead and tried to hang the lower part of the arch. It still would happen. It still wouldn't work. Now everyone was really upset. And they said, well, what do we do? And they came to the conclusion, all of them, that the real culprit here was the king himself. Because he had ordered that the arch be built. He was the one on the horse when his crown was toppled. So everyone, the entire town, the entire country decided that the king was to blame. So they hanged the king. Now, that brought another problem. And that is, without a king, who's the ruler? So, the Council of Wise Men said, the next person that comes in through the gate of the town will decide who the next king will be. As it so happens in these stories, the next one to pass through the gate was the town idiot. And when the people went to him and asked him who should be king, he said, "A melon." Because the town idiot said "a melon" to everything because it was his favorite food. So thus it came to pass in this kingdom that a melon was crowned as king. And whenever outside visitors come to the town and they ask, "Why is a melon a king?" the townspeople say, "Well, that's the king's prerogative. He doesn't mind, and neither do we, as long as he doesn't bother us." This is a very old story, and I want to use it to emphasize that in any kingdom, in any town, in any city, leadership is what we make it. Whether we want to crown a melon as king, whether we want to take responsibility for our actions, whether we're going to let the village idiot decide our fate, it is entirely up to us as a collective to make those decisions. And that's why I think that we should move forward with this initiative. Thank you.